Well, hey, how's it going? I think everything's working here. Yep, I did set the time for 7 a.m. somehow, which is kind of bizarre because I use military time. So I don't even know how that happened. Like, I typically use military time everywhere, but there's more vibrato occurring. Nope, that's the same old file that's always been there. But yeah, I think the file's probably like 10 minutes long. And you've only been seeing the first very bit of it because today I started it early for some reason. Hello, Nornak. I've been using hello, Jungle Pickle. Now I'm seeing everybody in the chat. Hello, Mom. Hello, Adam. Hello, Alex. I've been using MIDI Noose. Do you want? I know that you're supposed to say MIDI Noose, but would you prefer it to be? I'm gonna say 1 and 2 since you can't speak back right now. 1, MIDI Noose. 2, MIDI Noose. Like, should I say it casual, like MIDI Noose or MIDI Noose? Yeah, I probably shouldn't emphasize noose, like, because you're not hanging MIDI. I guess you are, kind of. Maybe I'll just draw a big noose. Maybe it'll just all be execution based, the entire video exploration through nodal sequencing options. Have I tried Halion? Yes. I have. I think. Not in a long time. I don't know if I still have a license for it. So I do work. Well, I don't currently, but I did do a lot of work with Yamaha, and they own Cubase. I'm pretty sure, or they have a lot of ownership in Cubase. I'm pretty sure it's publicly known. Anyway, and it's funny because they give me NFR licenses for Cubase, and then I have to like go through this ladder of like all of the, yeah, because it's owned by Steinberg, right? Let me make sure that I know what I'm talking about here. I might be thinking of something else. Yes, okay. So they give me licenses for stuff, and then the licenses, the NFR licenses, which means not for resale, that's typically what companies send you, the NFR licenses expire. And I get so mad. And with this doesn't typically happen. Usually you have an NFR license and it stays forever, but for some reason with Cubase they expire. Like if you don't do enough content for them or something, I'm not sure like what, or if you're not promoting them. And just the concept of like this thing that costs them nothing expiring on me made me uninstall it all. And so now I don't even have Cubase. I'm done. But any Steinberg products, I've just been like, you know what? Just go on with your crazy NFRs. I believe it's even renewed, but I just couldn't deal with it. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have standards, but sometimes it's really controversial to have standards too, by the way. So I haven't used it in a while. I know that throughout this stream, people, I'm going to say something right off the bat about Falcon being, I think, the most powerful VST, all-in-one VST synthesizer. I think it is. But that being said, I know that I might be wrong, and I know that a lot of folks are going to say faceplant, kilohertz, and I know that kilohertz is on sale right now. And I didn't even really think about it. I'm just doing a lot of work in Falcon right now for a video. And so, yeah, I see it right here. It's a thing with FL Studio. Okay, so I could do that next week because I think it ends on the 28th is when the sale ends. But, yeah, so I would like to give it another shot. My take on faceplant was not a great one the last time I did it, like 2 years ago on a stream. That being said, let's go back to the Cubase thing really fast. I don't hate Cubase. I just don't use it. Like, I don't use it for my own production. I have used it, and I feel like most of my Cubase usage has gone towards Reaper. which at first had to do with the license thing. Like I just couldn't deal with like the constant updating my license, and Reaper was just easier. And then I feel like Reaper's customization actually made me like that more. And Cubase's something, the last version I opened up, the most recent version that I had, I remember the interface, and this really should be taken into consideration. I almost want to take a picture so I could show you. Well, I don't have it installed right now, I don't think, but I almost want to take a picture so I could show you. When you open it, you only have the little menu on top of the screen. And so on my laptop, that's like fine. I have a monitor that's about, I have a monitor that's essentially 2 monitors in one wide, right? That's like my main monitor. It's just this big, long Samsung. And so every time you add any element, when you have Cubase open, you have to go all the way. It's like it's like a journey all the way to the edge of the screen and then to the other side. And so it's kind of insane for my workflow, but whatever. So, Falcon. There's a lot to dive into here. The first time I had Falcon, the first time I used it, Falcon, I do not believe Falcon is very user-friendly. And I'm not sure how it could be user-friendly. I don't like saying things like that without having some sort of advice, but I don't really have any advice because I think that it is incredibly powerful, but it is not user-friendly. And let me show an example of that really fast. So like, if we just want to start a new patch, like now, of course, it is user-friendly if you just want to load up the sound banks, which I have loads of, and it loads sound banks that you normally would load in UVI Workstation, which is like the free sample player sort of similar to Contact thing. Yeah, you could just load these directly in here and do whatever you want with them. However, let's just do that. That'll be fun. We'll do that in a minute, but let's get to work first. So if we want to start a sampler, we have IRCam, which is like granular, and then this is all sample-based stuff. So we could have like normal sampler, slicing, stretching, and then we have synthesis. We have wavetable, we have FM, we have analog stack, we have analog, we have additive. It's really, really crazy. I don't think I've ever looked at the drum stuff and the texture stuff. I'm not that familiar with, so it'd be cool to look at that. But let's just start with like analog really quick, just for anyone who is, I guess, or just as a good example. So I want to load a basic saw. Basic saw. I'm going to drag and drop it to my instrument. Nope. I'm going to drag and drop it to layers. I'm going to drag and drop. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to right click it. Nothing. What we have to do is drop it into here. Nope. Actually, it's in key groups, isn't it? We have to drop, if we want to make a basic patch, I may actually have to, I have to load that. I have to load an empty patch, then drop it into my key groups. Now it will only play on the C key unless I expand this to the entire keyboard. And now we have, that's like the biggest issue right there, is when you start a new patch. And maybe I'm dumb and maybe there's another way to do it, but I've never found one. But however, the saws sound really good. Like this, the synthesis happening is like a very straight up. So then you're like, okay, well then how do I? Well, I guess it does show the amp envelope. Sometimes it doesn't pop up, but you have your. Now, the other weird thing that catches most people by surprise is if you want a filter, it's in effects, which most people are not used to. Like you don't think of a filter as an effect, but you drag and drop it in here. And then you have a filter. And if you want to put an envelope on that filter, you could edit the modulation. You don't see any. So you can add an ADSR, for example. It should all be down here. There we go. I'm trying to find that little modulation window. I want to start over with that. I want to create a custom one from here. Add modulation, new ADSR. It should. That inverts it. Is it not connected? Yeah, it should be. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to do about that, unfortunately. About my voice and the... Yeah, I actually see it here. It seems like my webcam is delayed for some reason. Is it because I set it up this way? We'll try one more time while it's all the way up. No. I wonder if something's changed here. What if I had an LFO instead? Okay, that works. So we could draw our own, I mean, yeah, everything's really powerful, but... And then if we want to add like other what we normally would consider effects, we have the impulse response and spark verb. I believe that spark verb comes with it. Like I don't think you actually have to buy spark verb. Yeah, it would be nice to see. I don't know if you need a modular interface though, because I mean you have tree, which does help a little bit if you actually want to like get to the bottom of this stuff. And then list. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like if you really, really want to dive in, you have to dive in. Like it's just one of those. I mean, honestly, for lack of a better way of putting it, it's just too powerful. Like if that makes. It's just like, how do you make something this powerful simple? filter for now. Okay, so now we have an additive oscillator. Yeah, I want to be like, it's such an insane plugin, but it's also, that is additive synthesis. Like, additive's just nuts. So we can actually maybe put something a little bit more interesting here, like a multi-LFO. I like how these are triggered by each note. Am I too quiet? All right, then we can stretch this. And then the fact that we could like then add it with, I don't know, let's throw in some FM. It does snap. I feel like it didn't earlier. Okay. So let's put an envelope on that. Let's put a multi-granular in there. I'll have to find a sample to drop in really fast. Vocal one shots. Wave. No, maybe not.
Oh, nah, ho is in fire. Check, boom, I.
I don't remember how to pitch this. I don't know if you can. How to just change the individual pitch. Oh, duh, right here, maybe? No. Yeah, for the entire thing. Anyway. Yeah, I used to use Omnisphere. What was my first thought when I read that UVI was bought by ImageLine? I actually knew about that a long time ago. My first, so it's a good thing to talk about, because I feel like a lot of people were very confused by it. They also bought Melda, and I don't have the entire list of their acquisitions, but they bought a few companies. And I feel like a lot of companies right now are like Native Instruments and Isotope, for example, Akai. A lot of them are being bought by venture capital groups. Sweetwater got, I don't know if I don't even know if I'm allowed to say, like, I don't know if it's public that Sweetwater got bought out by venture capital group, but now it is, I guess. But yeah, it's like a thing that's happening. Like a lot of venture capital groups are just sort of swooping up and buying a bunch of companies and then consolidating them and then squeezing every bit of profitability out of them and then selling them at a higher price. That's how that works, right? It's not new. Guitar Center happened. Mitt Romney owned Guitar Center at one point. This is like a thing. So I feel like a lot of people were very confused when they first heard that. Here's my honest take on it. And I could be wrong, but this is my honest understanding. ImageLine, FL Studio is the #1 DAW in the world. They have something like 35,000 downloads a day, some crazy number, right? Not sales, but downloads. But it's like, in terms of, when I was at NAMM, I was thinking to myself that FL Studio is the richest company there by a lot, right? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about, but out of all these like big league players, you know, these big companies that we think of as like massive conglomerates, FL Studio, I believe, is probably the richest company there that I could think of, unless there was like a Spotify booth or something that I was missing. And it's for a good reason, and it's just the most used DAW. My point in saying that is that they have a fuckload of money, and I think they're just hedging it in companies that could use the funds. I think that's what's happening. I don't think that it's like a venture capital swoop up thing. I just think that inflation's sitting there. They don't have anything to invest it in, and rather than the people who own it taking the money and investing it in some other industry, or, you know, putting it into mutual funds or buying crypto or whatever, you want to do with the money, they're just investing it into companies that weren't doing terribly well. Like Melda wasn't I don't know Melda's finances, but I know that they weren't exactly Scrooge McDuck. UVI wasn't Mr. Burns. They make a lot of cool products, but I feel like maybe the numbers weren't adding up, and now they are. So yeah, I think it's a good thing, from what I understand. But I could be wrong. That is possible too. What I do like, I did expect, like when you hear something like that, you did expect it to be like, oh, now, like, if Apple bought one of these, if Apple bought one of these companies, then, you'd like when they bought Logic, or when Apple bought Camel Audio, for example, then, it just lost PC support immediately. And you're not seeing that happen. It's not like, from my understanding, it's not like Falcon's going to be an FL Studio only thing. Like the company's still, in fact, like I talked to all these companies. I talked to somebody from Melda. I talked to the UVI people. Just this week I've been talking to the UVI people, and they are not, and like I'm friends with Scott Fisher from ImageLine, and I talked to him on a personal level, and he's awesome. I love him to death. And it's not like I'm talking to the same company, if that makes sense. Like I'm talking to two different companies when I talk to them. So things seem to be very much run the same way. It doesn't seem like a top-down thing like it is with Native Instruments or something. But yeah. But, if that changes, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to be like, yeah, everything's fine. I feel like one thing that I learned in my little voyage here on YouTube is that just sticking true to your beliefs are really important. I've not played with this at all, and I'm actually kind of excited by it. We don't need this cutoff here anymore. Have I not played with this? How have I not played with this? This seems like right up my alley. Wow, this is actually really good. Man, the Behringer stuff, like, that I tweeted about them, nothing even controversial. Like, I just tweeted, like, I didn't even say, fuck Behringer, but I tweeted something about them, and my God, do people just dig in as deep as they can. They dig their heels in. Like, if they own one Behringer product, they work for Behringer. They're just like permanent Behringer employees in their head. They just have to like stick up for them. No, what I was saying about Behringer is they're ripping off somebody's LFO, essentially. It's not exciting. But what I was saying is that, and it started from a discussion in the Discord, which was obviously much better than it was on Twitter. But, it was like when Dreadbox, for example, I think they have a $99 dual LFO, quad LFO. Pretty color, works fine, it's great. Dopefer has cheap LFOs. I could probably find you 10 LFOs that cost under $150 for modular, right? For modular, for actual things. Behringer's ripping off I don't even remember. It's not that notable. To me, I did not own the product. I forgot which one it was. But they're ripping off a quad LFO. Like straight up ripping off the front design and everything. And it's like, well, there are many open source LFO designs. It's not exactly hard to make an LFO, even an LFO similar to, where it's cross-modulating. And that's not something that's difficult to design. Dare I say I could do it. Like, I could sit at my kitchen table and probably figure out the circuitry for that. It's not like some crazy, it's like one of the more simple modules you could make. So why are they ripping off a company? And why are they stealing essentially somebody's faceplate design when it's not even that, it's not any more useful than the next one to most people? And the idea is that they're doing it and then they're selling it at dirt cheap because they're saving on the R&D, blah, blah, blah. But that's not true. It actually costs them more to steal the design than it does to just make their own LFO or use an open source one. And the reason for that is because everybody, myself in the past included, constantly bitched about it and tweeted about it and said, hey, they're ripping off this small company, this big company in Behringer that owns an entire city block in China. And we keep saying these things over and over again because we get mad. But the thing is that most people watching this didn't know that Dreadbox has an LFO that costs $99 or $159. I don't remember how much it costs, but it's cheap. Most people, you probably can't name. I can't name you all of these cheap LFOs, but I can tell you that Behringer just came out with one because it's ripping one off. Same thing with their maths clone. Like, it's not hard to make a cross-modulation thing or module. Like it's not like a difficult. There's plenty of them that exist. There's plenty of cheap ones that exist. God, the Create Audio one. I can't think of the name of it because they didn't rip off Behringer, but it's right over there. If you've searched the Create Audio Modulation module, it's excellent. Like, I plug things into it all the time, but I don't remember the name of it. But Behringer sticks in our head because they are the villain. And when we think of them as the villain like that, in that way, a lot of us say, fuck Behringer, I'll never buy their products. And then there's a whole other group of people, especially in places like Latin America and places where, people don't have, people are very few and far between where they can just order modules from the US and Europe that cost $799 or whatever. And they think of Behringer as the good guy who's, being sort of a weird version of Robin Hood where they're sort of like taking this rich thing and providing it for people who can't afford it to get into modular, which by nature is something that is a luxury, right? Like, it's not, you don't need to, anybody can, you're always competing with VCV Rack. You're always competing with an open source thing. Or with a free thing at the very least. So anyway, my point being is that the reason they're doing this is not because it is only for the controversy. They're intentionally looking for us to constantly say, hey, they're ripping things off and giving it to people for way cheaper, when in reality, like, people who can't afford expensive modules have an enormous amount of options, but they're going to choose the Behringer one because Behringer's the big bad company, when I'm thinking that Behringer doesn't have nearly as much money as they want us to think they do. Just from like years ago when I was doing my video about their whole city block in China, and like, that's an empty factory. It's not a city block full of factories. Oh, and seeing that other comment, I'd absolutely love to see. Yeah, that actually would be great to see some of these UIs get an overhaul. But anyway, this is. I mean, this is really cool. I feel like I never even answered the question. I feel like it's a good thing, the image line acquisition, but that's because I have a good relationship with image line, and trust them to some degree to not be dicks. It's funny because I feel like I'm just going to load a bunch of sound libraries into here, but... and then texture. I'm not sure what texture is. I guess this. Interesting. What? Wasn't the whole Robin Hood story kind of BS anyway? Like, isn't it? Wow. I mean, you could, like, make a really cool... I mean, when you add all this stuff together, and then you're like, all right, well, let's just make a big patch. It's kind of amazing. Well, actually here, but before... I wanted to, like, do an hour when loading samples, an hour of not. Let's load one of these plucks. I just don't know what kind. Maybe a harmonic? A wooden harmonic. Can we get some more... I don't want to hold this down. I want it to decay on its own more. But I think that's in the VCA. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna start the stream out by complaining about the user interface, and it's gonna end with a lot of people buying Falcon if they don't already own it. Because I'm an influencer like that. Wow, this is nice. Just sounds a little too out of tune for me. Sorry, I'm only playing the black keys. I'm not trying to do like some standard, not trying to make a fake Asian instrument. I'm just lazy. Maybe I will use a tape texture with this. Nah, we'll just stay here. Let's concentrate on effects now. We also have multi-effects, which I never use, ever. But it's like, it has like guitar amp sims and like things that you could just drag in and have also, but I never ever use it because, I don't know. I don't even know what this is. What's a feedback machine? Whoa. Okay. That certainly is a feedback machine. Echo probably would be good. Tape echo. Oh wow, this is a straight up like Roland. Hey, viral beats. I know that you can do this. Which is actually nice because I just realized there's way too much modulation in this reverb. Okay, so this is definitely mono, but I suppose you could just duplicate it. Right? Guess I could just drop another tape echo in here and then paste. Wonder if there's a way I could pan this without having to like go deep in. I know they have stereo echoes too, but okay, so let's go into events and start putting in some script processors. So chord bank, start easy. Actually, this isn't easy. I don't even know what it is. I know you could learn chords, so okay. I like that delay, but I kind of want something better. There we go. This will be better. Sounds really nice. Love Tonight. Jazz. Get ready. Meh. Not feeling the jazz haunted. Recorder. So this... Yeah, this doesn't, it's not quite as advanced as the other one. Quarter extended. Okay, this one, can we, let's find out. Okay, so we could stay in major. Record root. Interesting. Spectral. Oh, crazy. So it's like actual spectral harmonics. I don't know how that would come in handy, but I imagine it would. Scale. Oh, okay, so this is just like a quantizer. So let's just, well, we could just do it this way, can't we? So now if I could just pretend to play really good. Well. Here comes a dream. If only I could play a whole tone scale that fast. Like the fastest I could goes. Yeah, I'm not too fast. And then actually doing like a riff in whole tone. Ugh. And it could be so much easier like this. Now I could just go. Yeah. I'm playing live again with this. I'm going to cheat my way through a show. Okay. A tonal harmonizer. So this one will stay. Oh, cool. So this one will stay into like melodic minor. Whoa. So we'll be able to combine this with a bunch of other stuff, as you'll see soon. So this one, not sure what I'm doing wrong on that. We may have to combine it with something else. That's just legato. I don't think we actually need to be doing all this, do we? And then like another weird thing is if you, so like, let's say that fade to 500 is too quick, I can open the script in Notepad. Can we see this? Yeah. And then you could actually change that max value, right? So let's go there and save, see if that works. And then reload. Nope. The file might be protected, or I might have to reload the script processor. But anyway, like this. I also could have edited the wrong thing. $700. Oh. I don't know where this is supposed to be saved. Maybe it'll be... Oh, it's in my temp, that's why. Burp. Okay. Well, anyway, you can do that. It's just saving to like a temp folder, so. So everything is just a... I'm gonna turn off the echo. Oh, I love strum wheels. But it's gonna be MIDI CC1, so that's mod, right? Yeah, okay. So check this out. Anybody who's never seen this before. I'm just moving the mod wheel for my strumming. Can we change it like that? Oh, we want the lag. Fun. And then physics. I know we have balloons. And then Boyd's is really crazy. Yeah, I wonder... I don't know what to load this in. I guess Notepad is the easiest for now without having to like... Because I do have Visual Studio and all that stuff, but just once. Oh, pff, awesome script, bruh. I think that you can live code. I think. Do I have text ++ on here? No. All right, let me try and open one of these simpler ones in chord recognition. Wow. What do you think of that, Mom? My mom's often like, what chord is this? I'm gonna tell you guys something. Oh, this one has a password. Ninja with all caps. Okay, well, we'll go to an open chord for an open one. I'm gonna tell you, my parents loved the Osmos. Yeah, I have a license to Notepad++. Do you need a license? Yeah, I think I pay for that, but I just don't have it installed on this computer. Just looking for something that would be simple. Shepherd tone. Ooh, note pan. No, that's still pretty... That's incredibly cool. All right, chord bank. Nope. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, I could have sworn I had a... Why does this one have a password? Come on. Silly. What? Why do all these have passwords all of a sudden? Wasn't I just able to open some? Like, this can't be that crazy of a... Yeah. Okay, this one I literally opened up. So there's something weird going on here. Let me just reload the script processor. Microtuner. There we go. Oh dear, I'm gonna regret this. They do, yeah. I think for some reason it was just locked. There we go. Okay. It's huge. I just want to see if I can... Okay, so if we do this, it will look for changes. So I'm going to change this to slime spread. Time slime spread. Time slime. All right. Now. No. I think I need to actually load my own. I think I would need to. I've done it before. I think everything's just like in a temp folder right now for some reason. But anyway, let's go back to our sequencers here because they get really, really crazy. So Boyd's is this. Can we actually view this now? No. Visual Studio's gotten weirdly intuitive, and notice how it like changed all of the references when I typed one in, where it gave me the option to. Okay. Inverting the pitch is an interesting one. So as you go up, so if I play like Free Release. Wow. Velocity curve. Fair enough. I love how this is in the utilities. Oh, it is in sequencing. Never mind, I'm stupid. All right, so weird one, a chip ARP. I have a feeling that this will just go. Yeah. Drum sequencer. Well, that looks great. Cool one. Euclidean drum sequencer. Okay, what's to do with the Euclidean keys? Okay. Gee, we'll have that many. Ooh, a spiral. I love these. I believe if you hit all the notes, get very Steve Reichy. Oh, or counterpoint. And then we have a tonal one, which I think is even crazier. We can chill on the velocity, everybody. Oh wow, so this has chord degrees as well. So powerful. Wow. Wow. I mean, do you have a gate creator, though? Generator? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so if I did something like that and then had, was it the tonal harmonizer? Yeah, so let's like put this in Dorian. Was it the quarter extended? Oh, it was the chord bank. That's the one I'm thinking of. Get something a little more Bowie stringed. You mean automating things like this? So we just right click. You may already know this, might not even be what you're asking, but we could just right click and then just go with a normal LFO for now. Shrink that down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fun, right? Keeps dumping me into the weirdest subfolders. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad this is a rabbit hole that you're into. Because if we were to mute this and just use like... So I'm going to get rid of this part and only have that one. And then I don't even know where to go. Lucy's sighing. She's just like, I'm so tired of this. Dude does nothing but works. French horn. Okay, so yeah, it's worth noting that if you wanted to new program, please. Maybe load in the prepared piano. Yeah, Falcon and all this stuff goes on sale pretty cheap. And I do think that their like monthly thing has a 30-day. Trial. Mallet? Who's hitting a piano with a mallet? Oh, this has its own arpeggiator. Oh, it has a rain one. Ah, that's funny. So, I do believe that even though we have this script here, we can still load in the other things that we were just playing with. So that chord bank, for example, can just go up here above this, correct? If I know how to drag and drop things, it can. Okay. So let's play those same. And then let's load another, maybe balloons. Ooh, I wonder if we could have balloons and then quantize the balloons. I feel like only on my streams would I say a sentence that fucking weird. Let's quantize the balloons, everyone. That they have some. Do we have some form of? No. I don't think we have like a timing quantizer. I don't think we need one either. I think it's just literally me being like... We have a slice remixer. Ah. And then we also have the old step ARP. The old step line. This is so crazy. How have I never seen this? I think because it's all the way at the end, and by the time I, yeah. Slow the rate down, I suppose. And the global rate. Nice. So we could have it like go up there and then zoom down there. hang out in the middle for a while, and then drop. That is so weird. What does mutate do? Okay. Waterfall, I know what that is. There's so many clever ideas in here. I wonder if you could actually... Oh, you can. Okay, so I could do like 0.1, 0.11, 0.12. I think I have to press enter though. 0.12. Nope, that's staying at 3. It's like, no way, dude. 0.14. It's not the most helpful script. I think the winner's this one. I wonder if I would change the sound if I were to change the preset. Oof, that one's rough. That might actually be the case. I don't know. I guess I could, oh, I can. Oh, wow, I could change each one of these to like a pick. This one can be a harmonic. This one can be just a sustain. This one can be coin. This one can be a clothespin. This one can be a screw. So weird. You can do it for everything. That is so nuts. Beautiful. All Ebo. I said all. I've used Falcon a lot, but I've always just sort of like got what I needed to do and then left, you know? And hit the hay. But yeah, I feel like this is my third stream. It really is just bonkers, isn't it? I hear birds. So bizarre. Okay, so if we're to just load a normal piano in here, we're going to lose all of our scripting, I believe. So, yeah, you can like... I mean, I don't know what we would want to do to this, but... Oh yeah, because that's not the whole key group, is it? We need to select the whole key group. Wonder if we wanted to just add in... Can we do that? But it'd have to be another... Yeah, the key group mapping is way too advanced. I know I've done it before, but yeah, you essentially can edit all this stuff and add things to it and go ham. Wonder why I can't get a whole pitch. Oh, because it's a different sample group, that's why. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you could like really dig in and edit these down to however you want, which is nice. What is this? Must be Touche stuff. I don't think I've ever done the Falcon preset tour stuff. I mean, it looks kind of insane. Butterfly chords, okay. Whoa, look at that, we have a whole interface. I want to be cleansed. I think I use Falcon if I'm looking for something that's like a really complex pad. I feel like you could also really accomplish a lot in it. Like obviously I would choose this over UVI Workstation if I were to just load a UVI sample library, just because I have that option of like adding some crazier effects or like strums or things like that. But beyond that, I feel it almost took the place of Omnisphere for me. Like Omnisphere used to be this sort of like how you start your song software, and then it just kind of got boring, and it was pretty slow and clunky. And also when I bought Omnisphere 2, I had to get it on like 24 DVDs. As I got it right when it came out and they weren't doing downloads yet. And I lost half of them, and I don't have the code anymore, and so I just kind of don't care. More DRM stuff. So yeah, if that answers your question. But, I mean, it loads up, what was that one that I was just playing with for that video of my father? Yeah, it loads these just fine. And I've never really used these for my own music, but it does make me wonder. Load a new window here. What's the word I'm looking for? UVI Sonic Pass. So I have like access to Sonic Pass, but I don't use it. Just because I don't want to, like, I own all these, and I don't want to. Actually, a really good question before I even get into that. Like, can I load my Softtube stuff? Let's see. Can I load Monument Bass? Yeah, see? So does that mean my iLock is also... Ugh. Pain in the ass. Right, so now I have to uninstall this shit. And I'm not going to ask them for another license. But I know there's another Quadra, and Quadra was interesting enough. So I own Shade, I own World Suite, I own Drone. Actually, I don't think I own the new World Suite. Oh, Soundwarp. I own Percussion Factory. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want. Oh yeah, Traveler, Metal and Wood. Yeah, I wonder if these are any good. I mean, it's my style. Yeah, these sound awesome. So there's that one, Quadra, that, I don't want to. I think I have the muted and harmonics one, right? Yes. And then Quadra Traveler. This is for a traveling person. Look at that asshole. All right. Jesus Christ. Always like a Oriental Pleasure. What a preset name that is. All right. Show. I feel like most of this could probably be accomplished in World Suite. So, okay. I already have the RCAM stuff. Vulcan. There's another one that I kind of liked. Oh, these are Falcon expansions. Yeah, I suppose that is with something as crazy as Falcon, you could, like, I never buy preset packs, but like with something like Falcon, I could totally see that being like, yeah, they have their own UIs and shit. It's no Oriental Pleasure, that's for sure. All right, I have Key Suite. Isn't there like a string orchestral suite? World Suite 2, does that come with anything new? I feel like I'm not going to get blown away by this. I haven't really listened to it before, but see, the thing about these, going hard on that right speaker. The thing about these, like, when you compare them to, like, Sweetwater, when you compare them to Spitfire, yeah, you're just hearing, like, there are no performances that are recorded in these, whereas Spitfire records performances. And so, in a weird way, you're almost like getting, like, a loop with Spitfire. But then you can hear Spitfire stuff, like you'll watch Netflix and be like, oh, that's Spitfire library. Yeah. That's like the ultimate Richard Devine thing, isn't it? Everything. So, I have the first one. And I feel like I don't know what's new. Does it say what's new? What's new about 2? I want to upgrade my World Suite. What's new? 48 instruments, over 2,000 loops and phrases, included new Georgian vocal phrases, like American Georgian, like hi-yo. Arabic, Turkish, and Persian multi-sampled phrases. A goat flute. I would like one of those. All right. Let's say I'm like browsing through their offerings. Yeah, that's a good retirement plan. Just wait till you get into the stuff that the software to program the Osmos. Holy shit, I've taken a break. I've just been like, okay, you are going over here until I'm done with this next video, and then I'm going to dive in, because that is no joke. Physical modeling at its most deepest, max MSP-ist, but it is pretty awesome. I think some people watching this may have seen like a brief stream. But yeah, that is a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's it. And I bought percussive factory, but I don't think I need that for this next video, because this next video, the video I'm working on now is, oh, these could be cool. I do like clock sounds. Can we just get like a SoundCloud with their no volume? They hate the volume, don't they? I can't. Yeah. Yeah, the Hackin' audio engine is not very user-friendly, but it is awesome. Yeah, did I see that? Did I actually see that? Where was that? I did see a Gear Sluts logo. It's so funny because I thought in my head, I was like, I didn't even mention it. I didn't even think about it. Oh, Gear Space. That's funny. I wonder if they had that when it said Gear Sluts. Man, crazy how that site just sucks now because of the name change, you know? Same with you know, what used to be known as Muff Wiggler. That nobody uses it. They're just gone, man. It ruined everything. Me and my wokeness just destroyed the industry again. Just joking. Yeah. They both changed it around... It was kind of funny because the Gear Sluts thing, I offered to pay for their website redesign years ago. Like this is back when I was, God, I could send you the email exchanges I've had with them. Like this was back when, well, I won't because they changed it and I'm happy. But like, I remember I was just always cringed out. Like anytime I went to Gear Sluts, I would always just sort of cringe. Like, you know, I'd be like, if I needed like help with something, or, you know, if I needed to see if somebody else was experiencing an issue or something, I'd always just be like, Gear Slut, you know, just like, it sounds like a porn site. It's so stupid. And then when I had the music school in Chicago, I had a 12-year-old guitar student who was a girl, and she wanted to get into synth stuff. She was like really into synthesizer things. This was like 2012. Modular hadn't really taken off yet, but she was like, she was really into like some of the synth stuff that I had. And because my studio was in the back of the music school. So anyway, so I like almost finished the sentence where I recommended for her to go to Gear Sluts and Muff Wiggler. And I was just like, okay, this is stupid. So I started writing some emails and bitching about it on Twitter and on my blog and stuff. And, you know, it was like unheard of. It was just like, you're trying to ruin synthesizer discussion by doing this. You know, early incel arguments. And so at some point in like 2018 or something, 2019, I offered to pay for both Gear Sluts and Muff Wiggler's redesign and domain name, like just change it over. And they both said no. And then I stayed on Gear Sluts more than Muff Wiggler. I think I was more proactive about that, and I was especially proactive about it when I was doing the video on women in music, because like I had interviewed people about it. I had, you know what I mean, like in the interviews I did for that video, and that was going to be like a segment of the video, was just like how absolutely insane it is and how hard it's been to like get anybody to change a name to be more inclusive of women, to not, you know, be called something that like an incel would name. And sure enough, while I was in production of that video, like while I was actually recording the monologues, they announced that they'd change gear sluts to um, I can't even think of the name now. I know Muff Wiggler is now Mod Wiggler and Gear Space. And so, yeah, and it's like Gear Space has been fine. And then Muff Wiggler, so I don't want to get into like too much personal detail about like the founder, but the Mike the guy who made Muff Wiggler, you know, there was like a reason behind the name because it's like two pieces of gear mixed together, and like the big muff and something wiggler, I don't know, and it had this, you know, kind of funny sort of sexual meaning. Anyway, so he was very dig his heels in about the whole thing, and he died like early. He wasn't old, and his family and friends were just kind of like the mods actually were in favor of changing it. And I remember they even created a poll a few times after I had been offering to change their to pay for the site redesign. And I think more than half of the users, like by a good amount, wanted the name changed to something that's not Muff Wiggler. But still, I'm not sure what was happening, but yeah, they went to it. And then sure enough, it finally happened. So that's good. But yeah, I mean, it's just so stupid to dig your heels in on something like that. It's like, why? Why is this? Why is it important to have a cringy name for a website? And I get it, like, because, you know, like on the other side, I feel like there's always, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, there's always somebody trying to get me to own up to something or change something. And it's like a power dynamic or something that happens on the internet every day. Like people just try and use social justice as a way of getting people to change something or to affect something, and it like gives them a dopamine fix or something. But like that was like kind of like, do you really, like, I feel like you don't really truly understand how ridiculous it is until you try to explain to a 12-year-old girl where to look at synths, you know, like how absurd it is. But yeah, that's yeah, Aquatic. I remember hearing people complaining that gear sluts would, like, when they'd want to look at it at work, and it would get blocked because it you know, registered as a porn site on a filter. It's just so dumb. But you know, whatever. It's all better now. I mean, they changed it in what, 2020? So 2019? Was it? No, 2020. 2021. Yeah, early 2021. Yeah, that's good news. I'm happy. It's great. The world's a better place. Yeah, that was sort of a joke in the beginning. Like, obviously, the communities are more healthy than ever, and everything's fine. But they're still kind of cesspools, but depending on the topic. But honestly, they're better than like Reddit synthesizers and stuff. But in terms of just like toxic behavior. Anyway, well, that's Falcon. I'm glad I could play around a little bit. I'm excited to play around a little bit more. Although I won't be playing around with the sequencers, I'll be playing around with MIDI noose. But yeah, that's my stream. Yeah. How many viewers do we have right now? Before I sign off, I have to know. Nope, wrong window. Yeah, God, this. Somebody needs to make a piece of streaming hardware that doesn't suck. Okay, 20. I'm saying about 20 people. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you. I'll probably have a video up by this time next week. And then next week, maybe I'll do a stream on Kilohertz. That'd be fun, while it's on sale. I have some other stuff to do streams on, but I feel like that's a good thing to go for now. So, all right. See y'all later. Take care. Enjoy your evenings or days, depending on where you are in the world. Bye.